Thank you for the reminder, and welcome to Dismemberment. So just for anyone that might be catching up with this at a later date, we are going to do a dismemberment journey. So we're going to journey to lower world with the intention that our power animal is going to give us a really deep healing. Essentially, they are going to help us with the fact that I talked about the portal of energy before, didn't I? That there's been this big shift of letting go of that which no longer serves us and really stepping into this space of the divine feminine. There's this, everything's coming back into balance, and I always find it so fascinating because as things come back into balance, some people go extreme, and that's what we're seeing in the world, isn't it? We're seeing these majorly extreme shifts, but that's actually often what creates massive change. You know, it's like the Mother Nature will burn all her forests to rejuvenate them, you know, and it rejuvenates quite quickly, doesn't it? When you know, we see it as awful, but nature just does their own thing, and I almost feel that we're part of that at this point in time. But I just think it's a beautiful time for us to journey, to allow our power animal to help us to shed all of that, to literally dismember us in whatever way, shape or form. And nothing scary about it. You're held in a beautiful, sacred, natural space where you can have your bones removed, you can have your limbs taken, you can be eaten, and it can be just so joyous because we're seeing the truth of that light body within. You know, that this is just the illusion, and so dismembering the illusion so we can remember who we truly are. Okay, and it's like, and it can be deep, profound healing. So you just let whatever's happening happen. It can be really weird. The first time I had it done, I had my head taken off and stuffed with tobacco leaves, you know, as you do. And it's like, but you know, there's part of you that's conscious of that, but also bearing witness to it. So all sorts of stuff can happen, and they might bring in stones and crystals, they might bring in other animals to be part of the healing. Where I'm going to take you to is also, there's a healing pool, and then it's this really, really beautiful place in nature, but it's like this stunning healing pool that's got a little waterfall coming down into it, and your animal may use that or it may not. Okay, so just allow and really enjoy the immersiveness of the experience. And if at any point you think, and there's no reason for it to look scary, if it looks scary, you've probably not gone down deep enough, but there's no one here, I think, that will struggle with that. We've all journeyed enough, and my bear is there, so if you need anything, you just ask my bear to come and just gather you up and hold you until you feel nurtured, or whatever you need, or your own power animal. Your own power of animal there is there for you. And just set its strong intention for healing for your highest good. If there's something particular you're currently working on, so you're like, oh, there's a limiting belief that's been really bugging me. Can you hear me all right, Liz, or do I need to speak up? No.
It's fine. I just realised I'd left something on, like a notification, so I'm just switching.
Oh, right. Oh, no, that's fine. You know, when people come close, it's because I think they're trying to hear. So Yes, you can add your own intention in your own, if there's a belief or something you feel that you need working, or even if you don't quite know what it is, if you know there's something that just looks a little elusive, then you can ask your power animal, just allow me to see what I need to see and be free of it. Okay? So I will take you down to that. Has everyone got a power animal, by the way?
I think so.
You know yours, don't you, Cece? Liz, I'm sure you know yours.
Yeah, I just haven't worked with it since for years and years, but it'll be there.
Yeah, just ask it to step forwards, and it may be different to what you don't know. And if it is, it's
Okay.
fine.
Yeah, thank you.
And if it's not, so I'll layer that in a little bit as well, just to know. Amber, what do you believe your power animal is?
I can't remember. So I'm just going to go in and ask for it to just come forward.
Yeah, okay. So I'll layer that into the journey, and so if nothing comes forward, you can ask my bear. You will know him. He is huge. Okay, he is really, really big and yummy. So,
He's going to be quite busy, I suspect.
sorry?
He's going to be quite busy, I suspect, helping all of us.
Yes, but he's a quantum bear, so she loves being busy. You know, that they're nurturing by nature and they're wonderful at dismembering. So you can actually just ask bear at any time for a dismemberment because they're very, very good at it. So and the healing. And just what I want you to do as well is try and note as much as you can on the journey. So notice what if they're when the animal's putting you, you know, when they're dismembering you, what are they doing? You know, so be that sacred witness to exactly what's going on so you can write it down when you get back. Where in your body are they focusing? And then also if they use any stones or herbs or anything like that, what are they doing with those and how are they using it? Because that can be a real indicator for you that there might be something, you know, if there's, you know, whether there's sage or oregano or there's, you know, or there's wild garlic or, you know, you can then go and read up on those things to see what it is what medicine you need for you, just to anchor stuff in. So, any questions? No? So,
I missed a little bit of the bit when you were talking about the journey down because it was too noisy in the background and I was trying to find myself quiet space.
okay. So
And
that's
is there
fine.
anything important that I need to know about the journey down?
No, because I'll guide it. So, but we're going to lower world. So lower world is beautiful nature. So it's that reconnecting with nature and the truth of who we are and what, you know, the mother we've come from. So you won't see high-rise buildings. You won't see bricks and mortar there. You know, it's the natural world. Occasionally you can come across your tribe. You can come across indigenous people because there are some people when they die, most people tend to actually go up. But there are some people that choose to remain within the natural world on earth to help guide from that aspect. And you get that with animals as well. So when we take when an animal dies, we offer them to go up or down. Most people we naturally take up, but there are some indigenous people that their spirit has stayed with Mother Earth, and so you might meet them down there. Does that make sense? The chances are on this journey you won't, but you know, it's just so that if you know, oh, if you, I'm tracking you though to make sure you're kind of going into this beautiful place. You know, we're going deep into this beautiful non-ordinary reality. And then we flow down the stream, we wash off everything that's not for that lower world that needs to be left behind. And then we'll carry on down into this river, and then we'll alight onto the bank. And from there, we will go to the healing pool. And it's there that you'll have your dismemberment. Your animal will be waiting for you at the healing pool. And that's where you just ask for a healing from your animal. Okay? So, and it might be that you don't, I'd personally ask for a dismemberment because it's such a powerful thing. But if you get there and you're like, no, actually, I just want to lie and let my animal just do some healing on me, then. But allow your power animal to choose for you, or just ask my bear if that feels right. Okay. And don't worry if your animal's shape-shifting a bit, so you can still have that full experience. Yeah. But sometimes we worry about flitting. My bear used to turn up as a weasel sometimes and play games on me, and until I realised, oh well, yeah, of course, it's only quantums of energy and they can shapeshift into whatever they want. And then once I started relaxing into it, then he stopped messing about. Oh, he just said, I wasn't messing about, I was teaching you lessons. So the drum, we'll just do a little bit of gentle breathing to start with, you know, where we do in for 4 breaths, and then we're going to just breathe out for 6. You do a slight hold at the top and bottom, and then we'll just be on a steady beat of the drum to journey. And then when it's time to come home, I stop the steady beat and I'll just give a few strikes, which is just, this is like your traffic lights, okay? So this is go, then we've got amber, which means, and then very fast and erratic is come on home. And make sure you retrace the steps of where you came. If you can't remember, it's fine, just ask your power animal to retrace your steps and bring you back. Okay? Everyone all right? Ready to rumble? So if you wish to lie down for this, you can. If you want to get comfy, or it's just entirely up to you. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put the view. Just take a few moments to settle your breath. Breathing in for 4 and hold, and breathe out for 6. stresses of the day. Letting go of the stresses of the mind. As you breathe out, imagining you're just relaxing the muscles off the bone. Allowing yourself to drop deeper into that space of the third eye. To drop deeper and deeper into your present awareness. Allowing yourself to relax into that space of consciousness. Settle deeply into your third eye. Relax deeper into that space, into that pineal portal. And then you're just going to imagine that you're just walking down a path. Just walking down a path that leads from that pineal portal, from that third eye. And as you walk, the trees create an arch above you. And just notice what trees they are. What's underfoot? Is it stone? Is it bark? Is it the forest floor? And you're just walking through the path of your intention. And as you're walking, just set that intention. Set the intention to have a healing for your highest good from your power animal. To release that which no longer serves you, to let go of old patterns, old limitations. Just shedding the past and the future the way the serpent sheds her skin. Just make clear the direction of your journey. For your highest good and for your highest self and the highest good of all. And you come to a clearing where the sun is shining through beautifully. And on the far side of that clearing is the world tree. And stood deeply in your third eye, you're going to approach that tree. calling you. Calling the very soul of you. And as you stand before it, drop deeply into that presence and awareness of being. Become one with your heart. to see that there's a little fire lit a little way from the healing pool. And I want you and your power animal to just pick up a stick after you've completed this part of your healing. And in one end of the stick, I just want you to blow what you're releasing today. And in the other end of the stick, blow in what you're claiming. And understand you might have no knowing of what that is. Just sit in your third eye and just allow that to be as it is in the energetics. And then with your power animal, take your stick to the fire. And as you put your stick into the fire, just reach your hands into the flames and claim the gifts of this part of your soul's journey. Claim the gifts into your belly, into your heart, into your head, your third eye, your crown. And just give thanks to Mother Earth, to Gaia, for all her beautiful holding and for all your beautiful healing. Giving thanks to your power animal and all your teachers on this journey. Through the crack and back into the clearing. Walking back along your path of intention, all the way back into that pineal portal of the third eye. Just noticing what feels different. Looks different. And just allow your awareness to return to your body. Become aware of where your body touches the floor or the chair, the bed. Allow, even through the portal of your third eye, to allow your awareness to your body to fully return. To feel the vibration and frequency of the body, as well as feel the physical body. To feel the energy of the body and the energy of the etheric body. The way the energies flow through your physical body until you just want to just wriggle your fingers and toes and just take some nice deep breaths back into breath awareness. Breathe in and out, and in and out, and in. And on this breath, as you release, just open your eyes. You may need to just cross your body, so you put one hand across onto each shoulder. Just allow yourself to just come back into physical presence. And you can even cross your hands onto your knees, left to right and right to left. Hello everybody. Feel free to unmute yourselves. And if anyone wants to share, just go ahead. Or not. Whatever feels best.
I had a lot. I asked for dismemberment. I got it. Had a lot of, concrete type images, like a whole suit of armor being removed. And there's a poplar tree I visit every day that most of the year, except the winter, it has shimmering leaves. It's very tall. It's granted by the condo, and it's got these beautiful leaves, and they just shimmer in the breeze all year long. And I visit it at least twice a day. And is grounded in the earth and grounded in the heavens, and so we use the poplar leaves, my power animal and whoever else, to bring that in. And I was the tree, and I was the leaves, and I was all the people, the beings that visit the tree, and I could travel, and all of us were trees dancing. I mean, it just went on and on. But the overall was this shimmering essence without the armor.
Oh, beautiful.
So when I came back, it was like I left the armor behind. And now I have the shimmering and the deep, deep, deep connection, knowing connection of the tree and the beings and everything in nature, every element. It's all so interconnected at a new level. Thank you.
That's so beautiful, Cece. So I will invite everyone, I would say afterwards, just to take some time to really journal everything, to see as much as, write down everything you can remember, because it's rich. And then you've got some really strong gifts to claim in that as well, Cece, I think. To actually do some integration around how are you going to really claim the beauty and anchor it from the energetics into now. But beautiful, lovely sharing. Thank you.
And I did not have a sense of distinct gifts from the fire. I just claimed whatever was there. It was all.
Yeah, but you talked about having this shimmering essence, and you said some other stuff, maybe out of consciousness there, that I would say were gifts.
Yeah. Oh, I'm sure. Totally.
Maybe go back and listen to what you said here, because what you talked about, my brain's gone a little fried as well. So
It was just a new sense.
so Amber, right, so how would you anchor the gifts? So like for Cece, I would say she had this image obviously of a poplar tree that she visits, as well as feeling it in this deeper space. I'd probably go and actually, when I go to that tree twice a day, is I would kind of actually go to the tree and claim my gifts at the tree, the the shimmering essence that and that you no longer need this armor, that you've got the light, and there was a lot around connection and everything that you were talking
Oh, yeah.
about, Susie.
Connection with everything. Yeah. And love. Yeah.
Yeah, those are gifts. They're gifts in their truest sense of the word. So I would actually maybe go to the tree and hug the tree, or ground yourself, or just be with under the canopy, or whatever feels right for you. Make up your own kind of little ritual to anchor it.
Thank you.
So have you got an example, Amber, that would like to share, so we could? And you don't have to, it's fine.
It's not that. It's just I'm finding it difficult to talk. It's just I just want to sit in that space, and
That's fine.
but for me it was I just came out of that tree, and I was this being of light. Like it was just and I just almost like a picture of like a little girl just skipping and dancing in the sunlight, and just the imagery was just of such lightness. And there wasn't like, it's just I literally came like that back to the portal, just
Beautiful.
dancing and skipping, and it was just all gorgeous, rich light, with infusions of green and gold, and just different colors, but this is really lovely. Thank you.
Wow. So these are just the sort of suggestions for you to consider and do what you will with, but they're just ideas to open up possibilities. But so something like that for anchoring, I'd be like, right, I'm going to, when I shower in the morning and before I go to bed, or I'm going to embody that little girl. I'm going to find 5 minutes in the morning and 5 minutes at night. And it might be you go, no, I'm going to find 5 minutes at lunchtime. You might go, I'm going to have an hour, but I'm going to skip and I'm going to dance and I'm just going to be her. You know, that's one way of doing it. That's showing up it's your new walk in the world. And actually that kind of thing is one of the most powerful you can do. But also you might find an image on your computer that embodies that. I mean, we have, you know, there's so much stock images and wonderful photography available to us that, you know, you could find an image that represents the beautiful colours that you see and print it off and put it somewhere that you're going to see it. You're going to bump into it several times a day and just remind yourself that that's who you truly are. You know, it could even just be a shaft of light. It could be the colours of a sunset, because the colours of the morning sun. It could be a little girl dancing. It doesn't matter what is the symbolism is for you, and just to remind, because that's what it's about. This was about remembering. I got turned inside out.
I was going to ask you what happened to you.
Yeah, well, I mean, to start with, I wasn't actively doing anything, because I always make sure everybody else is all right first, because especially on something like this. And then I was like, oh, everyone seems to be having a pretty good time. Everything looks swimming. Nobody's whatever. And so I was like, right, okay, bear. And can't remember it all, but it was like my head got snapped back, and then he reached down and pulled me out, and then I kind of seemed to turn inside out, which was quite amusing. I was like, oh, what's all that about? And it was something about my digestive tract, so I'll have to go and look at. And then he took my brain out, he peeled my head back, and there was my brain just as a brain. And then he just kind of it was like, oh, this is all this is, and then he threw it away. And I was like and he was just like, and then it was like, then he was just like the third eye, this star kind of was. And then he was laughing about throwing the brain away. So I thought it was then going to bring it back, but he just put it on the fire. He said it was just time to transform that and let it go, which was quite funny. It always amuses me doing this, so it was just like... but then it was like, then he was the one that was like, right, I'll probably go back and do this myself anyway, do you know what I mean, for a bit longer, because I was dunked in the water, and then he said, we'll finish this another time. But then he was like, look, I've made a fire. So it's like, oh, okay, we're all going to the fire, which was a nice way to just quickly end it. So but it was just lovely. There was a real sense of us all being together. I don't know whether you had that, but it just was like, oh, we're all, and it was like, because often you journey together, but then you kind of go off into your own little bit, whereas it was like, oh, excuse me. Yeah, it was just like we'd all got our own space laid out, our own special area, but everyone was there, and there was something important in that, it felt. really beautiful.
At one point, I heard you say, "Oh, Amber's all right, Cece's all right, you're all right, right, okay." And that may be when you went off and did your thing. Yeah, mine was very different from what you're describing. First off, I had a cow as my power animal, and then that sort of went away, and I got a big snake. And I was really holding on to Bear because I was a bit anxious, probably. But anyway, it was fine. The bear was great, and then this serpent was just there all the time, like a sort of water snake. Anyway, we got to the bank, and it kind of opened its massive jaws, extraordinary, really, and sort of bit my head off, and then basically proceeded to swallow me whole. So I was inside this snake, and I'm thinking, oh, I'm feeling a bit claustrophobic. And I was being, you know how snakes have really strong acid to dissolve their prey quite quickly. That's what was happening to me. I was being dissolved in this thing. And then, not quite sure, it just felt like that the journey felt like 5 minutes, probably not even that, 30 seconds. When we came back and it was 9 o'clock, I was like, what? But I did everything you said. I'm not sure what gifts there were, except that when I came back and you were getting us to feel all the different layers of energy and stuff, I just felt this absolute rage, like a righteous anger. It was so weird. So I'm not quite sure what that means. But it was really interesting. Yeah, I tried not to get in my own way, so I don't know what I was releasing, and I don't really know what I was claiming. But I felt a kind of expansion inside, for sure. Yeah. Oh, the other thing, were you singing during it?
Doubt it. I don't know. I get in a space where I might have. I wouldn't say I'd have been singing.
Oh, I definitely heard some singing.
I might have made noises because I sometimes make noises.
Some singing or some strange ritual kind of noises. It felt like. Yeah, I think mine sort of feels like I've got more questions than answers, but hey.
I think yours sounds really cool. And the metaphors, the deeper you go into these things, the more obscure the metaphors become. And I'm something struck me that snakes have there's something about nervous system.
Is there now?
Yeah, I'm sure, because there's something. When you were saying that, I was like, oh, there's something about the nervous system with that, what you were experiencing, and I'm sure that snake has, because they're quite unique, aren't they, in their makeup. And I don't know what. Now I'm back in human bit. I'm like, oh well, what was it I was thinking? But I'd go and have a read up and see what I think, because if you think about it, snake venom always attacks the nervous system, doesn't it? And of course,
yeah. I mean, I have got nervous system problems at the moment, so maybe that was that.
So, but it might be why snake was there to do your healing.
Hey, that's interesting.
That's what there's this correlation, because that was the first thing I thought of. And probably actually was subconsciously thinking of the venom attacks the nervous system. And of course, how do you treat like with like, don't you?
Okay.
So there might have been something quite deep there. And I wonder whether you're feeling that rage. I had a client some years ago who I know Cece's heard this story, but Cece's probably heard all my stories far too many times. But it was, I think it was a year after I'd done the shamanic training with Berta, practitioner one. And so I'd got this girl in, and you know when you know that, and she was just like, oh, you know, she'd got a black boyfriend, right? She was from aristocracy, and she was like, my parents just don't accept that I'm going out with a black man, and so they are really rude to him, and they don't invite, you know, and it was all of this. And she's going, but you know, mummy and daddy don't mean it. They just, you know, they just don't know any better. So she was being all really nicey nice about it and trying to take the responsibility. Anyway, and I kept trying to prompt that maybe there was something underneath that. But no, you know, she was just lovely. Came off the bed in a complete rage. It was just horrific. She was like, my parents are effing awful. It was just like this absolute, from this really sweet, lovely girl into this diatribe of venom coming out of her mouth. And then she was hysterically sobbing. I was just like, oh my. So I ended up, I did EFT because I was like, I don't really know what to do here. And I got onto Berta, and I was just like, what? And she was like, Emma, you're always blowing their field. And, you know, of course, it was always my fault. So, and it was really funny because a week or two passed, I'd not heard anything, and I was like, oh, this is awful. So I messaged her and I was like, are you okay? You know, I've been really worried about you because you're obviously a bit distraught. She went, oh, I'm amazing. She said, it's really weird. She said, the minute I walked out of your house, she said, I was like a different person. And she said, and I'm actually now studying shamanism myself. Someone's taken me on as an apprentice. It was, yeah. And she said, and mummy and daddy are fine about the boyfriend coming over now. And everything was fine, and we can talk, and in ways I've never been able to talk. And then the mother said to me, she was like, oh my God, something's totally switched in our relationship. So it was bizarre. So I wonder whether that sometimes, you know, like we were shedding the skin, if that was your last expression of what needed to go on the fire. Maybe.
Yeah, maybe. Could be. I did have a really grumpy day today. I'm not usually very grumpy. But I just woke up in a really bad mood, and that is so unusual for me. Everything was annoying me and irritating. Like, so I thought, okay, I'm going to do my yoga and my meditation. I'm going to focus on my mindful eating, and I'm going to do, you know, all the things that kind of like, you know, so I'm not kind of, it's like, oh, I probably just need to express my rage more often in a positive way. I don't know. I probably repress
Or just
my
be
annoyance.
okay with it.
Or just be okay with it. Yeah, you're right. I got a sense that there was some link with that the mother is enraged somehow, that the Mother Earth is kind of, yeah, righteous anger. That might just be me projecting.
Probably, yeah, it's probably something that what does righteous anger even mean?
I know, it feels like I have to justify that anger, doesn't it? If I'm saying righteous anger rather than just feeling.
Yeah, it can't just be anger, it's got to be right.
Yeah, exactly. I can't just be really angry about something. Yeah, I am. I'm absolutely furious about the state of the world and about what's going on. and the cruelty and like not having.
I always love Michael Neal because he talks about what's the truth. What's the truth right here, right now? And it's one of those when this was life changing for me in such a simplistic way. But you know, when you're lying in bed and you're just tossing over all the thoughts in your head. And he said, you know, and I was there because Michael actually suffers quite a lot with social anxiety. And he was like, I was lying in bed and it was a few days before I was delivering whatever. And I was going round and round in my head about, you know, what I was going to say and da. And so he said, and then I said, oh, he said, I've been awake for 2 hours and I was thinking, I've got to get some sleep. And he was like, please, could somebody help me see the truth in this? And he said, suddenly he just started laughing. It's just like, oh, I'm a man in bed with a lot of thinking. And it's just my absolute go-to, you know, like when, because we all do it, don't we? We all lie in bed and we're all thinking, and it's like, oh, what is this truth right in this moment? And it's just like, I mean, I don't know if you had there's a lovely lady, I can't remember her name, it's beginning with S, who was in the Genius Catalyst as well, and we always bring her up and say, I'm a lady in bed with a whole lot of thinking. You know, it's like...
Yeah, I think that always feel so frustrated because they're so. It just seems like. Yeah, it's very difficult to feel like you're doing any good in the world in a way. And I know on one level I should let go of that because good, bad, you know, I do understand that on one level.
We all have days, don't we? We all have days.
So I've got something to that's not very deep, but it's quite funny to know it might just. So I've been wearing my work, and I woke up earlier today. I did a bit of things, and then I actually deliberately climbed back into bed. And I got a little bit, mostly because my numbers weren't looking that great. And I don't know, on and off for the past 2-3 weeks, there is this sadness that just kind of grips me, and probably just me being frustrated with things that are not quite. I'm choosing to be disappointed in certain things that I'm not doing. Let's just put it that way. I assume, I don't know where else it's coming from, other than maybe some, as you were talking about that client of yours, gosh, there's lots of stuff I like to bury in taking, you know, the responsibility of it and just kind of, so I have no idea where it's coming from, but it's all right. I don't even care, like, whatever. But then my device updated and said, okay, you caught up on some sleep. And the funny thing is, in our journey, I just got a ping as if there was an update, and I looked, and sure enough, it thinks I was asleep. And it updated my numbers. I don't know if you can see. No, you probably can't see it.
Can't see it,
It doesn't matter. I went from in the 40s earlier this morning, or 30s, to 80 something when I had my nap, so to speak, but it just, because it was close to the time I got up, it just lumped it in. Now I'm at 94%. So I'm like, oh, that's great. I'm really in the green. I guess if we had gone a little bit longer in the journey, I might have been closer to, I'm messing with you, but the thing is, my device thinks I had a nice, restful sleep during the journey. And that did snap me out of the place where I didn't want to talk very much, because it was just being quiet in that space. But Liz, you were talking about the rage, this big, overwhelming emotion, right? Really strong. And I remember I was messing up doing the healing pool thing, because I'm like, oh, I don't know, am I supposed to get? So it wasn't that I so much asked my animal for dismemberment. I kind of just assumed, okay, well, time to dismember now. And then it was like, okay, that's not quite enough. Let's just take apart everything. And it wasn't that I was being demanding. It was like, oh, I think maybe we can just go a little bit more, right? And it was funny. And then I kind of put myself back, or it somehow got put back together in a hurry, because I'm like, I think we're leaving the pool. Emma's drumming has changed. And then I just remember hugging my animal, and there was this gratitude mixed with just relief and grief all together mixed up. And as I hugged, I cried, and it just came, like, just like that. And it was just what it needed to be, I guess. So, yeah, emotion-wise, definitely, there's. And I don't know if it was my mind playing with the directions, or if it was indeed me letting my animal do the thinking as to how the healing was going to go, but it was interesting. It was interesting, like letting go of the expectations of what healing was supposed to be, and just letting what is come through. Like that, I think that's better with practice too, maybe. Certainly in my case, because why wouldn't you direct the movie?
I liked what you said there about dropping expectations about what healing should be. That was a really bob on and profound statement, that. Because we're so used to prescriptions, aren't we? This is what's wrong with you, here's the pill. And now we're going, what does your deeper level of psyche that's completely out of your awareness have in its suggestion box for you today?
It is, and I noticed this, that as I was feeling the healing going on, I pulled all the people, who are usually, in my heart and my prayers, and I'm concerned about their health or whatever. I just started pulling them into that, like sharing that feeling with them. And it was really weird, because I'm like, oh, that's a whole mix of kinds of people. I don't know if I'm supposed to do that, but that was a whole mix of kinds of people. And I'm like, here, you have them too, you have them too. And it was just, yeah, it was really weird. And I'm like, I wonder what I'm not would say, don't be dense, this is your time, you know. But that's what I was doing, like, cool. And he said, yeah, I don't know.
There's two things. It's a little bit like make sure you're filling your cup first, and if it occurs to you to then spill over, beautiful. Secondly, your device thought you were asleep, so you might have thought you were orchestrating it, but I would suspect you were working at a really deep level of conscious that was, so that's, you know, it's your journey, so it's perfect. I just think that's what normally I say, take devices off, but I just think that's amazing that your device has gone, oh yeah, you've had a nap. I mean, that is actually, I mean, I don't know how it's measuring it, but what you're hoping to achieve is delta waves. So I don't know if you've read about, you know, Tesla and all these people, wouldn't they? They would have a ball or something, so that when they dropped off, they'd drop it and it would wake them up, because they were trying, and that is what Buddhist monks and all of, you know, meditation is about, hitting those delta waves and being conscious of it, which sounds like where you were at.
It doesn't do that very often, but I find that sometimes when I'm meditating, not always, but sometimes it literally says seriously.
Yeah. So it might just be going on a heart rate, you know, you don't know how it's measuring it. I suppose it's probably not measuring your actual brain waves, but it's still indicative that you were in, you know, that deeper space of, you know, deeper into the third eye to facilitate that.
Yeah, and it does differentiate between REM sleep and deep sleep and light sleep and awake portion. So I think it is monitoring something.
Yeah.
But it is interesting. And it's funny you said that about filling your own cup first, because at some point I came to that I need this too. And that's when everybody else kind of, like, you know, they were still getting their thing, but they weren't. Like, then it was just me and my animal. So it was just really interesting and cool. But one of the things that I have in my awareness is what my patterns are and which ones I are not serving. Right? So it's kind of interesting how that came to my awareness, even in the middle of that, oh, that's cool, and I really want them to get some of this because it feels good. But at the same time, kind of just circling back to just my time. And that was cool.
That's lovely.
I'd forgotten something really important, actually. I got really clearly like a message, Clary Sage. And I've just looked it up, and on this particular site, which I don't know, but it says, I have witnessed Clary Sage to be a great ally in restoring parasympathetic nervous system after major physical or emotional trauma, as well as fostering our creative self and deepening dream work. Well, that sounds perfect, right? So I'm going to go and get myself some Clary Sage.
Absolutely, I love it.
Yeah.
So that's a really cool shamanic message, isn't it?
You should type that in the chat.
I didn't hear what you said, either of you.
Oh, I was just saying you should type that message in the chat. I think it's really cool.
Or in the WhatsApp group.
In the WhatsApp group, yeah, I'll do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fascinating. And I'd go and look up snake totems as well.
Oh yeah.
There's always lots to go and explore, and it's a good distraction as well, you know.
Oh, I think it's
There's
wonderful.
some, that to get a message like that about Clary Sage is like,
Wow.
how do you feel about that? Because I always think that when you get a little message like that, something always shifts for me where I think, you know, I know this is real, but it's just kind of almost a reinforcer. There's like, oh, that deeper wisdom is there.
Yeah. I feel like, like what you said last week about how subconsciously I felt like the spirituality or the divine or spirit is somewhere out there outside of me. That's been something I've been thinking about all week since you said that. And yeah, so I think I feel kind of looked after, and I've had lots of this sound like really victimy, like violins playing. I have felt very abandoned at times in this thing, and I think there's something which I've worked a lot on with that, with my own self-abandonment, or so when you get something like that, which is clearly an incredible help, that's really nice.
Yeah.
So I think my faith in these experiences has been tested so much on so many levels, and I think I'm really grateful to you, Emma, because you carry this with such a firm but gentle energy, and I have total faith in the way when you take us on these journeys, and that's such a wonderful gift. Thank you.
Oh, thank you. That's a lovely thing to say.
True.
It's a great honour to. Oh, guys! Stop. Right, runs away and hides. Yeah, hello, Robin.
No,
Robin's
don't
like.
run away and hide. This is such a
Perfect moment.
yeah, extraordinary. It really is extraordinary. And
Oh,
thank you to you two, Amber and Cece, for being on the journey.
Oh, yeah.
we're just a lovely group, aren't we? It was really nice, Michaela.
Yeah.
You know what? I know she's Michaela, but because I think about it, I always then say it wrong. It's like one of those. She was saying how sacred it felt last week, which was lovely. So,
Yeah.
but
Yeah, I hope she comes back more often.
yeah,
She,
it's a special group, and Cece's gonna. You're gonna try out your new thingy next week, aren't you?
since you've volunteered me, I am. I
Well,
looked at that, I thought, okay, Emma.
well, I just thought let's just go.
Thank you.
For it. Don't worry about it. Just do
I'm
it.
not.
Have
I'm
a
not.
play.
Thank you. Yes, I will. And the more the merrier.
And then you've done
I'm
it.
excited.
Thanks, Liz. And Amber, if Matt can possibly attend, that'd be great. And if you all have anybody you want to invite, it's a very self-informing process. And we will also
Today. He couldn't make it today, but I'll ask him to just forget about whatever else is going on and just join.
Yeah, Amber, I'm having difficulty with your mic somehow. Your voice is often blurred, but
It's because my machine is almost out of juice and it's running a fan really loud. So I think that's what's affecting.
The minute you leaned in, there was total clarity. Thank you.
Sorry about that.
No, it's okay. But no, seriously, if you want to, invite others for that particular exercise, please do. So,
Thank you.
yeah, of course.
And if you if you want me to put your, let me know what your link is, and I'll put it in the
I will.
WhatsApp. Or you can probably put it in the WhatsApp group.
I'll put it in the WhatsApp. It's my standard link for everything.
Yeah, so just pop that in so everyone knows. Because Suzanne, I don't know where she is tonight, but she, you know, she might like to come and stuff. I'm trying.
Yeah. And Emma, if you know of others, tell them it will be experiential and experimental. However, it usually it's insight provoking, not provoking, but inspiring. Insights show up from doing it. So
Yeah, and it'd just be fun for you to play it in a group.
oh yeah, totally. It'd be a blast. So I'm looking forward to it.
I am going to miss you all.
Oh, we're gonna miss you. We know you're.
Are you on holiday or something?
I think I'm at a concert
Ah,
that Tia booked me to go on Asia. We had booked months ago, so
excellent.
and but I'm away. I'm going away Sunday to Wednesday, and then I'm back, and I've got that. So I am having a bit of a break. I'm at hopefully it'll be a break. I'm going to see my parents. So I've not seen them for a bit, so but
Oh, well, I hope that goes okay.
oh, it will. It's just sometimes there's releasing attachment to outcomes, and just sometimes you just have to manage expectations of others, don't you?
Yeah,
But normally
ours and theirs.
it's normally when my sisters are around that it's volatile, so it's just me. So it'll be lovely. I will
It's
have.
going to be amazing, and I hope you have an incredible time, rest and relaxation, and goes better than you even imagine.
Oh, it will. It'll be lovely, and where they live's really nice. So with lots of walking. So and they both love walking. So
That'd be ideal. It'd be lovely.
Yeah.
Are you taking Robin?
Nope. Robin's not staying at home, so hopefully he'll be all right.
He'll be there. He'll be there with you in spirit, I'm sure.
Oh, he will. He's got a smorgasbord of people looking after him. He's got. So I hope he's all right. But my mum and dad won't have him in their house, so that's a bit.
Problem. Yeah. Well, like I said, he'll be there in spirit and having fun with.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna miss my little buddy. Where are you, buddy? Where are you? Gonna see everybody. Yeah. No?
After going under the table during the reception.
Oh, come here. Do you need to go out? Is that what it is? I think he needs to go out. So I'm going to.
We'll get off.
Yes. It's late as well.
Thank you
so much.
Oh, thank you.
I don't know why my camera fixed itself and then it went all weird again. Like the orange glow of Emma. But never mind.
Bye, Amber. Okay.
Bye, Amber. Thank you.
Bye, everyone.
Have a good time. See you next week.
All righty. Bye.
See you in 2 weeks. Bye.